Delivering remarks at the event, President of the Ghana Table Tennis Association, Godfrey Munro, mentioned that this is the culmination of hours of hard work and negotiations among the parties involved, namely the Government of Guyana through the Ministries of Education and Foreign Affairs, the People's Republic of China through its embassy, the Ghana Olympic Association, and the Ghana Table Tennis Association.
Centrally aimed at developing student athletes, supporting the development of sports, more particularly table tennis, and as part of the development of the friendship bonds and relationships between the peoples of Guyana and China. This agreement here is being signed here today. It's quite symbolic in its context since it forms part of an MOU of ongoing support between the government of China and the Ghana Table Tennis Association and the other partners. And it centrally includes the provision of high-level coaching to national players at all levels in high-yield environments in China, the provision of equipment support to schools and communities and development initiatives of the Ghana Table Tennis Association, training of Guyanese coaches and provision of technical expertise in terms of coaching and other support, and then finally, the provision of support for building of a home for table tennis in the near future.
The Chinese ambassador to Guyana highlighted the long and fruitful relationship the two countries share in table tennis dating back to several decades ago.
Chinese and Guyanese people has always enjoyed extensive exchanges in table tennis. You know, table tennis also is good for diplomacy, especially for foreign policy. I think that here in Guyana in the year 1973, my colleague told me that as early as in 1973, the Guyana table tennis team visited China and participated in the Asian, Africa, and Latin America Table Tennis Friendship International Tournament held in Beijing. It's much earlier than the American-China in 1979. So really we call it ping-pong foreign policy or ping-pong foreign diplomacy. So we started the two countries in the year 1972, the formal diplomatic ties.
Manu added that this initial phase will see the donation of 50 tables and other equipment. Through the agreement, a total of 160 tables have been promised to schools and communities across the country.
The Gtta, as an initiator of this activity, has recognized that a key pillar for development requires, among other inputs, a mass participation approach to development of the sport, which will form the sustainable platform on which we believe that the sport should be developed on. However, this requires the formation of key partnerships and sponsors to see the realization of these programs. This activity forms a key part of our strategic plan, which seeks to engage a target segment in the development trust of any sport in Guyana, which centrally revolves around you, our students, in engaging them and orienting them to the sport in view of teaching them a lifelong learned skill, formation of school teams that will compete in varying competitions in inter-school, inter-house, inter-region, and culminating at the national level.
I have to say that these table tennis equipment are very timely, since we are currently focusing on the holistic development of our learners. And as you know, we're also in the process of reviewing the curriculum. This, of course, is more in keeping with the students' ability, their interests, best practices, and more global demands. Most importantly, however, is the fact that schools across Guyana will benefit from this type of gesture, which I believe is more than commendable. In fact, I think it will be gratifying. And this means that our students across the education sector will be given the opportunity and that they will be able to grasp other skills apart from the academic, which we so heavily focus on.
The handing over of the sporting material today is both a fitting symbol as well as another concrete expression of the historic, strong, and continued friendship and meaningful collaboration between Guyana and China since the establishment of diplomatic relations between our countries. Ladies and gentlemen, The linkage between sports, including particularly table tennis or ping pong, and diplomacy is well established. Sport can be a powerful vehicle for promoting foreign policy objectives, such as strengthening mutually beneficial relations, friendship and understanding, and the pursuit of trade and economic enterprise between different countries and peoples.